Yeah, so Under Armour came in and crushed earnings expectations, beat on revenue, beat on earnings, and then earnings per share, then also raised their guidance. A lot of this has to do with the increase in demand that we're seeing. And we've been talking about this for months, about revenge spending, about how many times have we said that people got money that they've been saving up over the last several months and really over the last 18 months, and they're out spending it like crazy. Not only that, but we really like the athleisure side of things, only because you have youths going out playing sports again, and they need gear and all that good stuff. So we've seen Lululemon knock it out of the park. We've seen Nike knock it out of the park, and it only made sense for Under Armour to do the same thing. And they're all seemingly following suit here. So this is a really great surge. Today, right now, it's up 6%. We take a look at the chart. This is on the intraday 5-minute chart here. Had highs of 1959. Fat Man Zoom in our KS Crew morning show. I ended up telling folks that, I really think this $19.80 mark is going to be the crucial spot for it. You can see that it topped up here several times and it got rejected on the daily chart. And so today it seems to kind of have followed that similar pattern. But I think once we get over that 1970, things should start to really get fun for Under Armour.
And that brings the question that I wanted to bring to the table, which is, where can Nike be? Where can their stock price go? And I want to look from a long-term perspective.
Under Armour.
Sorry, Nike. Under Armour. Sorry, I'm looking at this article.
It's okay.
So if you don't know the story about Under Armour and where it's at, so you have the Under Armour for the past decade plus has been trying to go up against Nike, trying to go up against Adidas and the likes, and really trying to compete on the athletic side. And that coupled with their CEO, their previous CEO and founder, Kevin Plank, they were looking for that angle, and it started okay, but it actually ended up being just a money bleed.
Yeah.
And so that coupled with the owner, founder, kind of, I think, getting involved in too many other things, lost focus of Under Armour in general. Once the new CEO came in, Patrick Frisk, there was a huge shift. Unfortunately, there was a lot of layoffs. There was some cutbacks, but there was a 2019 plan that was their turnaround strategy. So the 5-year plan in 2019, we have 3 years left, and I want to know where it can go in 3 more years, which is 2024. So the key focuses was really this was a move to make Under Armour a lifestyle brand. Obviously, you have Curry as one of the signature athletes left. There's not many, but a lot of his stuff is even lifestyle leisure. He has his own golf line, right? I think Rock is the best example. Anthony Joshua is a boxer. Like, they're not sponsoring any of his athletic products. They're sponsoring like what he's hanging out in, leisure wear.
Right.
So I like the move that puts him more towards competing, I think, with Lululemon and like affordable Lululemon, which I've spoken on how I think they can compete, and I do like their products. But they talked about dialing in their P&L. That was their biggest thing. Wholesale was one of the things that they wanted to really re-strategize their partners in wholesale and move to direct to consumers. But there were 4 areas that they were focusing on to strengthen the brand. That's the goal, all right? So the 4 are operating model, improving the operating model, operating efficiencies, focusing on direct to consumer channel, and yielding profitability across the company, and general just brand strength.
Yeah.
Those were the 4. I think we can agree that they are doing a good job of moving towards that. So if we're bullish on it moving forward, where can it go? Where do you see it going in 2024?
For me personally, I think looking at the price at where it's at right now at $19, it's still severely undervalued with what we saw from the last quarter and then this quarter and what they have going down the line. I think they finally started to pivot to an area that they know that they can compete in. When Under Armour first started coming out, it was like, we're going to try to take over Nike. And it's like, it's just really difficult to do something like that. And so I think that they're finally in an area in which I think they can compete. And I could easily see in 3 years, I could at least see a 50% increase in Under Armour. So $30 plus.
Well, let's look at the daily. That's probably a better app.
So if we come out to the daily chart here, $30 plus could be where I could see Under Armour being at. And, again, that break over the $20, $19.80 more specifically is really going to be crucial there. But we come out to the weekly chart and it still isn't really quite above pre-pandemic highs. And if we're seeing numbers and sales numbers that are much higher than what they were pre-pandemic, it stands reason to believe that this should be much higher than where it is right now. So I think that there's definitely a bull case to be made here. This was as high as $42, $43 a couple of years ago. And I think that, with what they have going on right now and some of the sales numbers we're seeing, it would not surprise me to see us maybe potentially retest that over the next 3 years.
Yeah, and they're anticipating forward growth of 20% annually. So still looking really strong, and that could actually continue to grow. So we shall see. Don clearly not paying attention to what we said by his comment saying who's buying Nike over Under Armour. But guys, make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you want more content like this, hit the notification bell for those clips to come out.